from
complete nerve authority.
be able to cook with me and kind of giving away special prizes. So it's pretty order. You don't get charged until October 6th when it comes out. Okay. All right.
All right, so yeah, just tell the folks, just look me up yourself.
Well, is he going to be back and stay a while?
I will let you have the whole.
Oh no, really?
Stay.
I want you to stay.
Yes, I'm excited.
Yeah. I don't know if you're an introvert. I'm an introvert. Really.
Yes.
And, to be standing up here all by myself, I would kind of get over it. Thank you. You could, well, what is it like, you're a human shield. So, all right, how should we kick this off?
Like I said, we can give us, just tell us about yourself, let people know what you've been in,
Okay.
any experiences, fun experiences.
Do you guys have 12 hours? I've been really fortunate. My name is Ming-Na Wen, by the way. I've been very fortunate to have had a career for over for decades.
Not a day of 21, though.
Maybe more. And it's been sort of like, for me, a testament about what you can manifest for yourself, and I'm sort of like a living proof of that, where I've had so many obstacles in having an acting career, being Asian American, right? And now being a woman with some huge, still looking pretty damn good. Thank you for the love. But it's just, don't let yourself get in the way of your dreams. And I remember being a little kid loving Star Wars, right? Who doesn't? In this arena, everybody loves it. So loving Star Wars and just wishing, because I related so much to Luke Skywalker and his desire to be able to get out of his small town basically and fulfill his dreams. That's how I was. And to have that, I manifested being in a Star Wars project ever since I was like 16 years old, you know, and it finally came through. So it can happen to anyone. So don't let your dream. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do it.
Awesome, awesome. Well, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna have questions. Feel free to line up at the microphone. Please keep them respectful. Get respectful. We'll get into as many questions as we can with the time we have. Speak clearly, speak into the mic, and let's have a good and respectful time for everyone.
We have the same question. Anyway, what do you know about your experience working with Raul Julia back in the day?
I was wondering if you were Bison.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. This is the first time that there's been so many requests for Chung Li. So if you don't know, I played Chung Li in the OG of the Street Fighter film. Before some of you were born, even. And it was so much fun. Raul Julia is truly, he was a legend, an icon, and I was so excited to work with him. And then when I met him, I also met his family. And he was a bit frail because he'd been sick, but you wouldn't know it, you know, never complained a day in his life. While we were on set, he was there to just sort of make his boys happy because his boys just loved Street Fighter so much. And boy, did he like put every gusto into playing Bison, you know, and I love having been a part of a film where I'm in a scene where the iconic line of the film, you know, for me, it was Tuesday, came out of that. So it's, it was an honor to work with him.
Thank you for reminiscing with us.
Yeah, thank you. I know there's been so many requests for my Chung Li photos that we ran out, like the Chung Li photos. Yeah, I can't wait for the new movie. You know, check it out. Hi.
Hello, we love Melinda May.
Aww. Thank you.
One of the chances of her showing up in a future Marvel production.
Yeah.
I know there was Doomsday that was announced, and so far my phone has not rung. Yeah, but you know, this room alone is sort of protest. It's weird because I keep seeing Melinda May pop up all the time in comic books, you know, with Iron Man, with like various other characters all the time. So I don't know. I can only hope for resurrecting Agent May at some point. But at least she's on Disney Plus streaming now. So
Thank you very much.
thank you.
So you are Melinda May, but I was curious what your favorite scene or episode might have been from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
My favorite episode from 7 years. Over 100 episodes. My favorite. I would say for fighting scene, one of my favorite fighting scene was the Agent May versus Agent 33. So it was like me fighting myself, but Agent 33 was being Agent May. It's very confusing. Try fighting in a sparkly disco dress and lingerie. Okay? Hard to hide padding in a lingerie. But we did it. I chipped a couple of teeth doing that fight scene. So very proud of that. Yes. And then I think one of my favorite moments was when I had suggested to the writers if she could embrace her nickname that she's hated all those years, which was the Cavalry, you know, to kind of like overcome her trauma and accept that this is part of who she is and to become stronger because of it. So they loved the idea. And so when I dropped down from the ceiling, you know, and do the hero pose, when the woman was like, well, what's next? And I, you know, and then, you know, I just dropped down like the Cavalry. Like, that was a great like point in her life that I felt kind of was a good closure for her.
Awesome.
Yeah. Welcome. Are you guys having fun? I know. I wish I could pass out food and stuff. Being the restaurant daughter that I am, I'm always like, oh, people must be so hungry. Next time. Yeah. I'm gonna start a whole new franchise, just like having people pass out food at a con. Yes.
My name is Christos and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, South Jersey.
Yeah.
I came down here because my son goes to the University of Alabama in Huntsville. It's gonna be, put someone in space and hopefully on Mars soon.
That's so cool.
But my two sons wanted to come down, so we decided to make a Daddy Sunday for a guy's day. And they both know the reason of why I wanted to come is because of the comments they did, which is one of my favorite actors. I mean, going back to ER and because I grew up as a single mother child, as the world turns.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness.
And for
We
me,
grew up together.
Stargate University with Carlisle made that entire show and it was canceled. I was like, that's.
Thank you. It was a great cast, though. Great cast. You know, they're coming. I feel like I've like gone into this sort of like retro universe because between Street Fighter, becoming, you know, Chung-Li's character becoming popular again, and The Pit with Noah Wane. He's so good in it. If you haven't caught it, seen it, you have to check it out. But then it resurrects ER. So many people have been watching ER now because of it. And what was the other thing that? Yeah, I don't know soap operas.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
But there's been so many iconic characters, like, basically I want to know where you're drawing your thick ass attitude from. For
Oh.
like characters like that. And it's 100% your best.
Oh, thank you. I'm kind of like, I mean, I know I'm strong and determined and ambitious, and I have the will to want to succeed. That all comes from my mom, I think, for sure. And then it also comes from, I think, whatever I was fated to do. You know, it's anytime you tell me no is the time when I decide, okay, then I have to prove to you that it's a yes. Yeah, somebody's pointing. Yeah, and that's, you're just born with that, right? Which I'm grateful for. But you only have one life. And this is it, people. You know, I believe in reincarnation, but you have to do something good in this life to enjoy the next one. So for me, it's just don't ever quit. You know, I have this motto that I was trying to brand called Whenever. It was a play on my last name, Wen. And it's basically, it means, you know, if you want to do something, accomplish anything, as simple as just like organizing your house or decluttering your garage, like, don't kick yourself if you don't do it the next day. You know, you do it whenever you can, when the timing is right for you, so that you don't feel like a failure just because you didn't accomplish something that you want to do. You know, if you're healthy and you're there, you can make it happen. And I live by that philosophy, and that's where I draw my strength from. Yeah. Because life will knock you down every so often, right? So, but screw it. You got this one life. Yeah, enjoy it.
Hi, my name is Amy. I'm from the Huntsville area.
Amy, from where?
Huntsville area.
Oh, yeah.
The previous question sort of set me up. I wanted to ask about ER and about Dr. Chin,
Mm.
and specifically the relationship with Dr. Carter.
Mhm.
And I want to harken back to something that you said when you opened about being Asian, being a woman of a certain age. As someone of a certain age, even more than you.
I doubt it, but okay.
Is it possible to look back at that character and discuss how maybe your thoughts have changed toward her in the intervening years, especially as a character, both as a person of Asian heritage and as playing, you know, as how that was dynamic in the show?
Like, what do you mean, like, how?
Well, when you think back on the character and how the writing is done.
Mm,
For the character.
yeah.
Is it possible to reflect on that? And has anything in your thinking?
You know, it's difficult for me, to pinpoint things like that. Sure, I could have been more, uh, like, I, I could have like tried to befriend the writers more and give them more ideas or inspirations of how I feel like Agent May. I'm so jet lagged. I don't know where. No. But for me, especially at that time, I was new to LA. I was new to Hollywood, and I was just so grateful as an Asian American to even have a role and to be on the #1 show at the time. I just took whatever they gave me. And I never was proactive and like, oh, you know what? I need a stronger storyline, or, oh, I should do more this with that. Would I do that now? Probably more so because I feel I have so much more to contribute as an artist and that I have, ideas and I now am more confident as an actor and as a person. So yeah, I probably would have done things a little differently. That I would see some of the other actors, being more proactive. But at that time, I had the writers and the producers on a pedestal, like they were the untouchables, and I'm just grateful to be in the room. So yeah, yeah. But now my producers and writers are my friends instead. I see them as people. So that's the big change, and that's how we should treat everyone. Except me, don't treat me like that. But me, it's felt me, Mom.
Well, first off, I just want to thank you for coming to Huntsville. Really appreciate you being here.
It's so cool that you guys did the whole aerospace stuff here. I didn't know.
That was one of the reasons I moved out here 20 years ago.
Oh, really?
That was my enticement. It's Rocket City, it was my space camp. I'm moving here for a job.
Are you involved with any of that? No?
One of the defense contractors I work for.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're involved.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I do want to say just a couple things real quick. One is, sorry, I'm nervous. I did not think I'd be so nervous, but I am.
Well, that's because I'm on a pedestal.
I really appreciate your roles. Seeing you, it is such as someone who is Japanese American, and to see any kind of just Asian roles and being put out there in the forefront and as powerful, kick-ass characters. It's just really awesome. I appreciate you existing and taking on those kinds of roles and doing them so well. But my question comes from, you've done Street Fighter, you've done Star Wars, you've done the Marvel universe and all these things. Is it intentional is that what you're right? I know you mentioned about wanting to be in Star Wars, but have you been actively seeking out these roles that are like based on video game or science fiction and sci-fi and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Or is it just those were that this kind of came to you?
It's weird. It's like, art imitating life and then life imitating art, because I was a huge nerd growing up, geek. I was in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And then that was back in the day when it was just like a board and some dice, and you use your imagination for most of it. And I was president of my science fiction club in high school. So it's interesting how I wanted to conquer Broadway and do serious art and then one thing led to another where all of a sudden I was on this track to fulfill all my geek dreams, to be in every freaking, except for Star Trek. I still haven't done a Star Trek thing. Working on it. I'm going to be the queen of franchises.
Yes.
So it's just kind of like one thing led to another. I don't know. I just did a couple of independent films that were very Asian American based. And it was very fulfilling and just really remarkable to see so many, Asian American talents out there now doing their thing. And um, I feel like I've helped to pave the way, and that's a good feeling too. So I'm happy it had a positive effect on me. Thank you. And then if any of you watch C dramas and K dramas and watch K-pop, you are an honorary Asian, people. Just so you know. Okay, and we could talk all day long about C dramas that I'm like, those guys are. Hi.
Hey, thank you so much for being here. So I was gonna ask a question about Street Fighter, but lovely and Bison beat me to it. And then I was gonna ask about ER, but that's been. So I guess I'll ask a more general question. So you've been in a lot of different productions. Are there any co-workers or co-stars that you've worked with over the years that kind of stuck with you, or that you are still in contact with, that, just have kind of become a lot of lifelong friends?
All my sisters from the Joy Luck Club. Yeah. Yeah. And even the moms, I mean, they're definitely frail and older. I mean, Lisa, who is like 97, she's the oldest person to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So amazing. I was so happy I was able to be there for her, her ceremony. And yeah, my Tamlin Tamita, Lauren Tom, Rosalind Chow, we have a whole thread, the JLC sister thread. Noah Wiley and I, we talk. And yeah, there's quite a lot of, that we like stick around and hang out, or even if we just pick up where we left off, there's those relationships too. So.
Thank you.
As also a woman of a certain age, I may not realize it, but I am. I want to say how much I love to look at Boba Fett. Thank you. Because it's great to see mature women kicking butt all over the screen. So I don't have a specific question other than to say you're the Disney triple threat. But Disney and Chris, I would really love to hear you tell a story about filming as Fennec Shand and your experience with Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian. So can you tell us a story? Maybe that features a small green friend?
Well, when Fennec Shand was offered to me, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni and I had a phone call. Because at first it was one of the hardest decisions I had to make because I said no to the offer. It was during The Mandalorian. And the reason why was it was only one episode and she dies. And I'm like, I've been dreaming of being in a Star Wars project for so long. I don't want it to be. And then at that time, we didn't know what the Mandalorian was, right? So they wanted to have a conversation because they knew what a huge Star Wars fan I was and wanted to know why I didn't want to do it. And I was like, it's not that I don't want to do it. I would love to do it. I would love to work with you guys. But it's just, I don't understand how she is this legendary assassin, this mercenary, and she gets listed as punk, like just shoot her and kill her. I'm like, what is that? So we discussed a lot of like little changes, like handcuffing her and things like that. And then at that point, they were just so generous and so incredible, as far as like creative energy that I was like, you know what? They could kill me at the first 15 seconds and I would do the project. So that was the beginning of it. And then I'm such an idiot during the Book of Boba Fett because of, COVID and all that. Our production was the first one to start. So things got a little lost in translation for me. And I thought we were still doing The Mandalorian, like season 3.
We all thought that too.
And they hated it, and I didn't say like, it's like Mandalorian 2.5.
Yeah.
So I can't say that anymore. We can delete that, cut it out, edit. But, I just didn't know that if we were actually doing a spin-off. Because, they keep changing the names. They don't use the actual production names. So they keep changing the names, and we were like, trying to remember what our code name was for our show. So I thought it was just another code name for the Mandalorian. And I was actually on set, and Tim was like, he's so funny. He really tolerates me. When I found out, I went to Tim because I thought the crew was trying to like
Punk you.
yeah, punk me. And I'm like, Tim, did you know that this is a spinoff? And he's like, of course. Of course I know. How do you not know? And I'm like, I didn't know. So yes, and it was tough. It was a tough shoot, but we had an incredible time shooting it, and I love Tim Morrison, like a brother. He's just the most wonderful human. He's the extrovert. Yeah, he's the extrovert. So we complement each other very well. Yeah, and you're welcome. And I do hope Boba Fett has a second season. It needs the closure. I really do. Hey, I was wondering if you would play Mulan like in a full-length movie like that goes to the theaters. That's not the cartoon, like, but it's you. Like, oh, me playing Mulan? Yes, like you like Mother Mulan. Like, well, just Mulan, like, you're like the original voice, right? Like, but like, they just AI my face and make me a young, like 16, 17, 18-year-old girl. We do it now. Oh, yeah. You guys keep me on that pedestal. Sure, why not? Yeah, I'll play Mulan again.
I was wondering what was your favorite line in the movie Mulan?
Oh, gosh. My favorite line. When she was eating the porridge, that was a funny line, but I don't want food with this porridge. Funny line. I mean, yeah, I guess when she yells at Shane, when she says that basically, I mean, I'm gonna paraphrase it at this point because I'm jet lagged. When she tells Shane, why was it okay when I was paying? Because she's the same person.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't accept her as Mulan. Yeah. So that was a good one. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Clothes do not make the pasta. Thank you. Thank you. Cute outfit. Mushroom. I love it.
Hello,
Hi.
I've been watching the Batman series from 2004.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
You play Detective.
The only time I've done a DC, I think.
I was wondering, what was your favorite episode from that, and which character did you like playing opposite of us?
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to rewatch the Batman to give you an answer. It was so long ago. The thing with when you do voice work is like literally you go into a booth. It's like going into a black hole. You do the lines, you get directions from the director, and then 20 minutes or an hour later, depending on how many lines you have, you leave. And then 3 years later, you see the end product, of which I tend to be like, oh, I was in that. So, yeah, I just remember having, fun being in a Batman project, but I didn't work with anyone. I was just in a sound booth by myself. Yeah.
Well, still, Ellen's definitely my favorite character.
Oh, really? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I played Detective Ellen Yin in the Batman. Yeah. Thank you. Hello. Oh, cute baby.
Hi, my name is Catherine. This is Georgia. We're gonna put her down here so she doesn't scream into the microphone. So my question is, as a mom, were your kids like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. My mom is a Disney princess and she's in Marvel. And then eventually when they were older, like she's in Star Wars. Or were they like, no, this is like Mom's Mulan, that's not.
I make my family put me on a pedestal. Mama's bringing home the bacon. Oh.
Okay, so Mulan was kids.
Yes, yes. They know that I work but they know the goofy, silly, introvert, geeky me, who's also really clumsy. So it's amazing that I do all these parts that are so cool and so coordinated. But I think the one time that I can remember my kid actually think that his mom was cool was when Cooper, he was like about 7 or 8, and it was the first San Diego Comic Con that he ever went to. And it was the first time that they showed Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on screen. And Agent May is the pilot, of course, so she flies the bus. And my baby Cooper, 7, 8 years old, comes running backstage after the screening, and he was like, "Mom, I didn't know you can fly a plane." Well, that was the coolest that I did tell him that I couldn't fly, and that it wasn't real. So that was a cool moment. But they still make fun of me all the time.
Hello, my
Hi.
name's Benjamin and Ben. I'm originally from Kingsland, Georgia. I traveled here from Clarksville, Tennessee. Hey,
Where did you go to high school? No, I'm just kidding.
Henry County High School, class of 2011. This is kind of embarrassing, but I kind of wanted to do a little song for you.
Okay.
And I needed help from the audience, slowly clapping their hands and just, get on tap. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Be a man, you must be swift as the coursing river, with all the force of a great tide, with all the raging fire, furious as the dark side of the moon.
Now it's a party.
First and foremost, thank you for making my childhood. That movie is funny and it's great. You and Eddie Murphy killed it. That guy killed me. You know what? The son on you, son on your horse, the son on your whole family. For you, it's crazy how I found out that when I watched a video of you on YouTube, you actually reprised your role in Mulan in the Kingdom Hearts 2, correct?
Yes, yeah. I try to do as many projects that has Mulan as possible because I sort of feel like she's my, I have to protect her.
Every time I hear your voice, that's all I hear. That's all I hear. And it's crazy, when the first person previously asked you a question, I had no idea that you were Yin in the Batman. I had no idea.
Now
I hear it too.
Now you know, yeah. And if any of you watch Blue Eye Samurai, yes, I played Madame Taji in that, and there's going to be a season 2 coming out of that. So, yeah. Oh, my son was very embarrassed about Madame Taji. Yes, yeah.
Well, you killed it again. Here's a riddle for you. Who's next?
Okay. I couldn't say. Hi.
Let me get my tippy toes real quick, sorry.
Oh no.
Sorry. That's a lot better.
Much better.
I was wondering what your thoughts are on the new Street Fighter, if we can expect to see you in a cameo in a new movie.
Unlike Mulan, no, I'm not gonna have a cameo in it, but I'm really excited for it. I really am. Well, you know, because I think Mulan is a singular leading role, you know, with Street Fighter, it was an ensemble. So it would have been weird. It'd been just and there's gonna be so many more special effects that we weren't able to have. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hi, Superwoman.
First of all, we bow to Disney royalty. Thank you for all you've done. Second,
Disney legend.
yes. Do you think that, as our friend just saying, I'll make a man out of you would have been on Agent May's workout playlist?
Wait, what?
I'll make a man out of you. Do you think it would be on Agent May's workout playlist?
Oh. Sure, why not? Right? That'd be hilarious. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do a video, a TikTok video of me in my Agent May outfit doing. All right.
Hey, thank you very much for autographing my son earlier. Because I find bicycles here to come visit you as well. In
Uh-huh.
fact, Kyle was here as well somewhere. He'll find you by the end of the day. What I wanted to actually ask you was, leading up to what Mike said earlier, how was it working with like Kylie Minogue as Cammy? Because you guys had your exchange. She was like pigtails and it was kind of like Butch was talking.
Yeah.
That was actually that was another iconic line. How was that working, Kylie?
Oh, Kylie was adorable, you know, and I didn't realize what a huge, like, Australian star she was and pop artist at the time, you know, so I just met her and we just got along great and, you know, we don't keep in touch regularly, but I saw her recently a few years back and we were both backstage and it was just like one of those, we just picked up where we left off. She's lovely, lovely person. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and she's still kicking ass too. Yeah.
All right, guys, we got a few more questions left. We got 5 minutes left, so
We'll do a speed round.
there you go.
With all the various types of roles you play, from voice acting to action to drama, what is your favorite type of character to play?
Being a mom.
Oh.
Yeah, I know it's corny, right? But that's my most favorite role in the world. Yeah, it's the best role. And now, you know, I'm just excited to try all different things. I just played Hera in the new Percy Jackson. I think she's like the mom of all gods and goddesses. So it's kind of cool. Yeah. Yes.
What is your favorite character to play?
My favorite character to play. I was a thief and I forgot the name of it. There's so many, you know, it was like so many years ago. But yes, I played a thief and I really liked it, which is kind of cool because Fennec Shan is mercenary and yeah. So manifested that. Yeah.
Hello, my name's Andre. I've lived in Huntsville my whole life, 48 years.
Wow.
My whole family comes together to watch Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian.
Nice.
So my question is this:
Uh-huh.
when are we expecting to see a Fennec Shan spinoff?
Yes.
Dave Filoni! Manifested, yes. Let's all sit here for a second. Manifest, Fennec Shan. Don't spin off. Oh my gosh, that's so much work. Yes. Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you. So sweet.
Well, this seems like all the time we have for Ms. Ming-Na Wen. Give it up.
I hope you guys had a great time. Okay, thank you so much. Bring on in.
I gotta set for wrong enrollment next. I gotta find someone to moderate that too. Here, can you not do